Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose, and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. Have you seen The Sound of Music, the film, or the play? I know this one so well because, well, I must confess that I performed in this musical myself on stage. It's a classic. I wish the message of this song in particular was classic. How do we get through hard times? And what does that say about us? What works and what doesn't? How do we cope? Which ways of coping are working and healthy, and which should we reflect on and adjust as the new year is upon us? This song came to my mind now for a reason. Not only does it discuss a way in which the singer strategizes to get through hard times, to cope, but it also talks about things, powerful things that affect the singer and her life, things that spark joy, which of course came from my thoughts on, of course, Marie Kondo. When we last spoke of the new year, on hoarding, holding on to old or clearing out for new, and how each of us views change, resisting or embracing it, I thought of our girl Marie Kondo. Is hoarding a problem for you? Are you so sure? Imagine opening a door and realizing the house isn't just full of stuff. It's full of stuck decisions and old feelings. That's the world of hoarding. It's what you see on intense reality shows. You all know I do love my juicy and useless reality TV, but these shows are rough to watch sometimes. Rooms swallowed by bags and boxes, paths carved through piles, families begging someone to let go of things that might be useful someday or have memories in them. I mean, in real life, hoarding can be quieter, less extreme and shocking. What we like from our reality TV, it's the spare room no one can sleep in anymore. It's too full. The garage you can't open without something falling. The relative whose house you avoid because it's just too much. Is that you? See, psychologically, hoarding isn't about laziness. It's about avoiding pain. Oh, yes. Getting rid of an object can mean facing grief. Who gave it to you? Fear. What if I need it? Or shame. How much I've wasted. So the safest move, moment to moment, is not to decide. Just keep it. Over the years, that non-decision becomes a lifestyle then a trap. Sound familiar? Marie Kondo walks into that same landscape with a completely different energy. She's a Japanese organizing expert who treats tidying as life editing. Instead of starting with, what should I throw away? She starts with, what do you want your life to feel like? Then she has you hold each item and ask, does this spark joy? If it does, it stays. If it doesn't, you thank it and let it go. That tiny ritual is doing heavy emotional lifting. It acknowledges the attachment, honors the past, and still makes space for a different future. Oof. Yes, please. Her work matters because it reframes stuff as a mirror. A cluttered home stops being just messy and becomes a visible story about overwork, people-pleasing, fear of scarcity, or never really deciding what you want. On a societal level, Marie Kondo has nudged the culture to question, more is better. She's made it normal to say, I have too much, and to treat letting go not as a failure or waste, but as care for yourself, your home, and the planet. In a world that pushes constant buying and constant busyness, as we discussed, her work is a soft rebellion. I like that. Keep what truly supports your life and release what doesn't, and stop letting fear and inertia decide what fills your space. Less fear, more joy. Her approach has helped millions reduce stress, feel more in control, and challenge a culture that equates buying more with living better. Okay, so who needs her help? Enough about you. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, though, did you figure it out? Who in Bollywood has a hoarding problem? Per se, or rather, did at one time, technically. Who needs Marie Kondo's help other than maybe us? I have a palpable suspicion some of you may have figured it out. When you zoom out, hoarding and Marie Kondo's work are really about one question. What are you holding on to? And why? Oh, I love a why. Once that's clear, it becomes very easy to see that Bunny and Naina, yeah, were you right? And Yeh Jawaani Hai Deewani are not just having a love story, they are acting out two different styles of coping, two different styles of psychological hoarding and avoidance. Bunny hoards options and experiences, careers, cities, imagined futures, and emotional loose ends with friends and Naina, because committing to one life feels like losing all the others. His running is a form of avoidance. constantly staying in motion to avoid any emotion, so he never has to sit with grief, limits, or dependence. Naina hoards. She hoards safety and self-control. Hear me out. She clings to the good girl, sorted doctor identity and keeps her wants folded away so neatly that she doesn't have to risk being rejected, wrong, or too much. Her avoidance is quieter. She hides desire and conflict rather than chasing escape. As hoarders, Bunny refuses to throw away any possible future. So his inner house is crammed with half-lived lives, while Naina refuses to pull some desires out of the box at all. Okay. Yes, fair enough. Very clear to see for us on the outside looking in, of course. But how did they get here? We all have a story. We all have reasons. You know I'm gonna. Here it comes. Incoming. But why? Why do they avoid? Why do they hoard, so to speak? I mean, why do any of us, I guess? When we meet Bunny, it is clear. Bunny is driven heavily by extrinsic motivation. Travel, fame, professional glory, the image of being the guy who's always elsewhere. Those rewards look glamorous, but keep him running and unrooted because they never fully satisfy the underlying loneliness and grief. Naina starts out more trapped as well in extrinsic frames too. Extrinsic motivation, marks, duty, sensible life as defined by family and society. But her arc is toward intrinsic motivation, which is more like, what do I actually want to feel and live? Over time, she is pushed out of this original comfort zone that does not serve her and more toward making choices based on inner aliveness instead of just obligation. Marie Kondo's question, does this spark joy, is basically, you could say, an intrinsic motivation filter. It trains you to choose based on inner resonance rather than fear of punishment or hope of external reward. Exactly the shift they both need. So then what? Like, we know how it ended, and well, they worked hard and we watched as they struggled and they figured it out on their own successfully for themselves in the end. But just for fun, let's say they are like us, still figuring it out in the new year. Yes. What a perfect time to talk about them, huh? Let's say they were a work in progress, less of the progress and more of the work, like some of us right now. What would Marie Kondo say to them? Say to some of us bunnies or some of us Nainas, I would like to think she would say, "Bunny, bunny boy." No. Okay. Serious. She is wise. I must be wise here. She would say, "Bunny, put all your futures in one pile and ask which life actually sparks joy." Yes. So then she would have him acknowledge that the endless travel and adrenaline once served him, and then thank and discard the fantasy of limitless attachment-free freedom so he can fully inhabit the one life that gives him deep daily contentment. We all know what is best for our bunny boy, you know. What he figured out sparks joy for him. The deep daily contentment of things like love, rooted friendships, festivals at home, and as well. Oh, yay! Well done, bunny. Okay, all right. So turning right around to our girl Nina. Hey, love. Okay. No, seriously, I'm Marie. Wise. Beautiful Nina. Take all of your rolls. Take all of your rolls off the shelf. Perfect student. Dutiful daughter. Serious doctor. Woman who wants adventure and love. And feel which one truly light you up right now. And then we all know what comes next. She would invite Naina to thank the hyper dutiful self that got her through childhood and medical school. Then gently release the parts of that identity that are only about other people's approval, not genuine joy for her. We are not letting fear decide what stays. We are now choosing from the inside out, intrinsically, joy. Why am I like emotional in a way imagining this? I love happy endings. Breakthroughs. Growth. Isn't everything important? Just a little bit emotional? Even if it's made up, as we are doing together here now, there is always some form of truth, right? Like in film too, please. Now I'm really gonna feel emotional. Fight it, Amy. Don't be a mess. Keep it together. An ending, a beginning, ending the year, starting a new chapter, a fresh page. The calendar forces the question. What from last year stays? And what must go? I'm sorry. That's emotional, okay? It is, because we have to face, like I said, this is often the time many of us choose. Quiet reflection, face ourselves, the parts we are proud of, the parts we will be proud of one day if we do this thing right. We see it around us, we see it in others. Life stories in films, even characters. People who keep hoarding old goals, roles, and relationships out of fear often end up with very cluttered lives and fragmented attention. And people who compulsively start over every year without reflection just run in circles. I'm going to channel my inner Marie Kondo. You know I like that sort of thing anyway, right? As we do here often, and definitely on my new podcast, you all know, Watch Amy Love Film. I like to channel my inner. Okay, now, as Marie Kondo, now I'm gonna lay everything out. Projects, habits, obligations, relationships in a mental pile. Ask honestly which ones spark a deep sense of meaning, peace, or joy, not just approval or status. I'm gonna thank and release the ones that only keep me busy, anxious, or numbed out, even if they look impressive from the outside. I'm gonna Marie Kondo my life. Just you wait. I'm gonna do my best to stop living like more like a walking junk drawer, and definitely gonna do my best to start curating even more my existence, like my favorite playlist. And then the best part, I'm gonna press play.